Columbia Institute of Technology acknowledges that our campuses are located on the unceded traditional territories of the Coast Salish nations of Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh.
Good afternoon. This is BCIT News, and I'm Kai Garcia. These are your news headlines at 12:30. After 5 weeks of striking, the government offered the BC General Employees Union, or the BCGEU, a 2% increase over a span of 2 years, totaling a 4% wage increase. However, the BCGEU countered their offer, asking for a 4% increase over a span of 2 years, totaling to an 8%. Both parties met on Monday, and the BCGEU were frustrated as negotiations collapsed. The union went on to the picket line once again yesterday, as they won't back down from their demands. There were hundreds of the public sector workers marching through Vancouver, downtown. Workers from different industries like the healthcare, steel, education, and more were there yesterday to take a stand. Our BCIT News reporter Leah Warren was on the ground covering the rally and listening in to Annette Toth, who is the president of Movement of United Professionals, or the move that represents the Union of ICBC Workers.
Message has been clear from day one. The BCGEU, the PEA, and all public sector workers are telling this government that we have an affordability crisis, that our public sector jobs and work needs investment. And the people who do that work, provide those vital services, need a fair wage to keep up so they can afford to live and support the communities that they serve in. It's very, very simple.
Staying provincial, the homeless count in BC shows 12 out of 20 communities surveyed say that they have seen an increase in unhoused residents since the last report 2 years ago. The housing ministry say the number shows a continued overrepresentation of Indigenous people and those formerly in foster care. Cranbrook, Williams Lake, Penticton, Merritt, and Port Alberni were among the communities with increases from the last 2023 count. 10% of Canadians are living with an autoimmune disease, according to Stats Canada. This type of illness that attacks your body's healthy organs and immune systems. BCIT News reporter Bahar Garian has more on the difficulties of getting diagnosed for this disease by physicians.
According to the Global Autoimmune Institute, autoimmune diseases are increasing each year. Researchers have found that the population affected by autoimmunes has nearly doubled in the past 10 years. Caitlin Mello, who has dealt with multiple autoimmune diagnoses in the past 4 years, says it put a huge wedge in her life plans, and the journey to getting proper help was very difficult.
I was just feeling a lot of really bad symptoms. Like I had extreme night sweats, and I felt physically ill for about a week. And I did blood work, and the blood work was definitely off, and it wasn't great, but I saw my family doctor. I was referred to internal medicine, and no one was really able to diagnose me.
She says that finding a great doctor who truly wants to understand your symptoms and work with you to find the proper diagnosis is essential to getting well and continuing your life in a sustainable way. Bahar Garian, BCIT News.
In world news, FIFA has faced growing global calls to suspend Israeli teams from soccer as the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifying games for Israel resume next week. FIFA President Gianni Infantino says it must promote peace and unity, and he also notes after a meeting of FIFA's ruling council that it could not solve political issues. European soccer leaders recently made their strong push against Israel teams during the 2-year conflict in Gaza. In entertainment, pop star Sam Smith is set to honor legendary singer Beverly Glenn Copeland at the PPT Pink Awards. These awards are made to recognize local LGBTQ Canadians like Glenn Copeland. The award show will happen in Toronto on November 6. Now on to the weather. There's a chance of early showers this afternoon. And those were your news at 12:30. I'm Kai Garcia.
Stay tuned for more on BCIT's 1680 The Crow.